Welcome to our show. We're heating up the stove, here to help you relax and keeping it real. We got the best guest, you cannot miss the gist. So come and join us in cooking up a dish. Hey, yeah, relax, enjoy. We're here to relax,
Welcome to Relax, Chop, Enjoy, a show where we marry interesting conversations with very delicious meals. Ladies and gentlemen, music enthusiasts and aspiring creatives, I have an exciting show for you today. I have the honor of welcoming true luminaries in the world of music production and songwriting. I have Coublon and Klem with me today. Yes!
Hey guys, my name is Coublon and I'm honored to be a guest on Relax, Chop, Enjoy with Didi Aswama.
Yo, what up everyone, it's your boy Klem. I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter. I'm honored to be a guest on Relax, Chop, Enjoy with Didi Aswama.
Both Coublon and Klem are trailblazers in the dynamic realm of Afrobeats. With an unparalleled gift for crafting infectious melodies, heartfelt lyrics, and unforgettable hooks, Klem and Coublon have contributed significantly to the rise of Afrobeats as a genre. Their exceptional talents have garnered millions of streams and left an indelible mark on Afrobeats lovers worldwide like me. As we delve into the insights, experiences, and wisdom that they both have to share, I encourage you to open your hearts and minds to the invaluable lessons that will undoubtedly emerge from this conversation today, y'all. So, without further ado, let's embark on this journey together. The journey is going to involve understanding the creative process, the business of music, and the remarkable world of Afrobeats with both Coublon and Klem. Let's welcome Coublon and Klem to the show. Yay! Woo! Come here, come here, come here. Nice to have you. Coublon, nice to have you. So exciting. Sorry, I think you have to sit over there.
Okay.
I don't have that much space, but welcome to Relax, Chop, Enjoy.
Thank you.
Now, we're gonna talk about music, which is your area of expertise. I mean, you guys are like, you know, some gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna cook what's called, in my native language, afiafere. It's white soup.
Wow.
It's actually a delicacy. Lots of times people eat this during Christmas. But you know, I'm going to see what I can do today for you.
Okay.
So before we start talking, because I really want to get to know the both of you, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Because I need to, you know, get those gems from your head to my viewers, okay?
No problem.
So I'm going to be asking you some questions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk through what I have here. I'm going to be preparing while you talk.
Okay.
So to help, instead of having you guys here all day, these two people are very, very busy. They don't really have time to spend all day with me. So I'm just going to steal a snippet of their day today. So today I went ahead and pre-cooked some stuff. So I cooked the hen. So this is native chicken.
Oh.
If I tell you the story of how I went and got this chicken yesterday,
Wow.
I almost wanted to video it because I went to 2 markets looking for native chicken. They said they don't have it.
Wow.
White soup has to have native chicken.
Native chicken.
Exactly. So this chicken died yesterday, sorry. So I cooked it and I have the chicken stock here, and I mixed the chicken stock with the stock that I steamed the catfish that I got from the steamed catfish.
Okay.
We have some other dry fish. We have some, some stockfish here. This is catfish.
Okay.
And I tend to add just a little bit of pepper soup spice in my white
White soup.
afiafere. I shouldn't have said that. It's a secret. I have some seasoning here, some pepper, just in case I need more than the fresh one. So I have fresh pepper and onions. So you pound yam, and the reason you pound yam is that's what's used to thicken white soup.
Okay.
So you have some pounded yam here, two types of so crayfish and some dry shrimp, and I add a little bit of okra.
Okay.
Some people don't, and then scent leaf is what you garnish it with, gives you that aroma.
Nice.
Okay, so while I'm boring them with cooking this food, I have something for you because I need you guys to open up and talk.
Okay.
So they come. I have a secret in here. It's called to open people's hearts and mind.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm going to place this here and bring some glass so that
Correct.
I like you. So that you guys can be open and transparent. And oh, I forgot to mention what's here. So I went ahead and made some pounded yam, which I'm going to sit it to the side here.
Okay.
Okay. So it just makes the process easier.
Okay.
So, as I'm putting all of this together, it is a cooking and talk show, but the focus is really on the talk part. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and I just ask that you please be, willing to share with the audience because you have a lot of experience. You've done a lot in the industry, and you have a wealth of wisdom that, someone coming up can really gain from. Okay?
Yep.
So, before we get started, the first question I have is about your journey. So how did you guys get inspired? How did you start? Why did you decide to do what you do in production and do what you do in songwriting? While you're talking about that, I'm gonna walk over there and start to cook this.
Okay.
So, don't go both at the same time.
First, if you want to go first. You can go first now.
No, you're there. You're like
you're there once.
all right. I start. So as you already know, my name is Coublon, and I started music way back in 2000 and it's about 2013, and I think then I was in my final year in the university. I think, and I studied physics with electronics. So,
excuse me.
Yeah.
You studied what?
Physics with electronics.
Hey, good.
So.
Now, wow.
Yeah, I used to cook.
I'm telling you. Wow. Okay.
But what did it for me then for music was that, I mean, whenever I was free, like in school, then I'd loved making beats for a long time, even since like my secondary school. Because then I started off with making music on the keyboard, the school chapel's keyboard. Because you could record anything going on, like drums, anything. The keyboard it had that feature, so it made it easy for me to store ideas. Until a friend of mine kind of like introduced me to the software. So, and then I installed that on my mom's computer, and then that's where I started messing with it. So up to my university days, that was where, if I'm free, I get to make some beats on my computer.
Wow.
So I put out a few snippets online, and one of them happened to like blow up. And then
can you tell us which one it was, please?
No, it wasn't specific about the sound itself because the production wasn't really great. It was just that it attracted.
Yeah, the beat attracted. Okay.
Yeah, it attracted a certain level of it gained some level of traction on the internet, and I had a friend of mine refer me to a tweet. Someone tweeted, "Oh, studio engineer needed," and that. CC'd my handle to the tweet. I entered the DM of the person who had wanted that service. I think the person wanted like they just got some new equipment, and then they wanted me to like set it up in their studio. And I think that was when I came to Lagos, just about the first times. I've been there, but it was like as far back as 1995. But then this time it was like, okay, coming to Lagos is going to be a good deal, especially when I'm coming to make music.
Wow.
So I think then I'd met like some noble producers like Sam Clef, And then he sort of like gave me that few months of like just mentorship, you know, just few moments of, oh, so this is what it looks like being a beat producer. Because by then I was already like making great beats, working with like great artists, but I never really understood what the business was. So from then on, I thought to myself that, okay, if I managed to establish myself in Lagos, then that would be really great, because I did my, I think the fact that I wanted to make music, when I told my parents, it was like, man,
that one I didn't want to even jump on that one. No, I was stuck at physicists, and then now beats.
No, I mean the thing there was that they're in full support. You know, they just want me to always make sure that I don't like I just stay focused. You know, I don't derail or do stuff that would spoil the family's name or something like that. So, and that I owe to them, because I needed to make sure that not only do I have to graduate, finish school, but at the same time just be diligent with my work, with my relationships with people, and just make it very easy to work with them. That was how I met Klem.
Yo.
The one and only K.
So, I mean, I met Klem in Davido's house. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, I went to make some beats for Davido at the time. This was like in 2013
long time ago,
or 2014 or there, but I think 2013.
Very long time ago.
Yeah. So I heard him sing. I'm like, oh, like this guy is good at what he does, because I thought like if I work with some artists, because as I was growing, I met some artists that are not really good at what they do. Like they're not really great songwriters, but they would mess up my beats, you know, because I know that I really do very well on the thing.
Wow.
So I was like, I don't write great songs. I'm not a good writer. I'm not a good songwriter. But then I know that division of labor always makes, like, you can get a lot of results when you divide labor.
That's true.
So I don't want to have to be the chop alone type of guy, you know. Yes, you know, we are on this cooking show, but we are not trying to eat alone.
Yeah. So, they are not going to eat alone, no. Because my throat is long.
So, I mean, it's a really long story. I really didn't know how to cut it short. So,
Klem.
Very long.
Me, I'm stuck on physics. Because that was one class. I wanted to study medicine, and I was actually very good in math. Math, chemistry is my thing. Physics would like
pinch you.
That thing would pinch me. It was supposed to.
Yeah. Honestly. So
I bow. I bow. Klem, how did you become? How do you even like? Would the both of you do? Like my mind cannot even encapsulate it. How did you get to start writing music?
This whole thing is like, for me, I say it all the time, it's a gift. You understand? Because at times people tell me to come and teach them how to write songs and stuff like that.
And chicken in there.
Most of the time, I don't even know how to start, because I have written so much songs that at times I get into the studio to work for a client, and I don't even know what to come up with. So I talk to the creator himself to give me ideas. You understand? And at the end of the day, I come up with something that is so beautiful. You know, but my own story is also very long, but I'm going to summarize it. I was in ABJ Abuja, you know, with a group called the Three Kick House. We were singing then, you know, all those plantation boys, Boys to Men, Style Plus, you know, people. I think they have more groups running then than now. So then it was more a group thing. So I was like the lead vocal, you know, leading the whole thing. But I discovered that I had passion for songwriting. I had this foolscap, not even foolscap, you know that thick long notes.
Now foolscap now.
Foolscap, they have foolscap and they have another thick one like this.
Hardcover. Okay, yeah.
I discovered that I have written like 300 songs already on my own.
Are you serious? Did you say 300
songs? I'm telling you.
I've seen people DM me that, oh, I've written like 300 songs. I'll be like, maybe they are copying or something.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even like, I was right, because I saw, like, I had so much passion for music, so I just wanted to do. I don't want, because then They said it's not just you coming out 1 or 2 songs. You should have albums also.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
So
Wow.
for me, when I'm done writing like 11 songs, I would plan like, okay, this is one of my album. I write another 11 or 12 songs. Okay, this is the second album. You know, like I have like 20 albums written down already. You know, I'm telling you. But I never knew God was actually preparing me for something. Like,
yeah,
okay,
nice.
trying to train me on songwriting skills and stuff. Like, because got to a point I saw it as nothing.
Yeah.
You know. So
Wow. Okay, wait. You just said you saw writing as nothing.
yeah, I saw it as nothing. You know, but I just wanted to sing for myself.
Wow.
It was when I got to Lagos that I now knew that okay, I can commercialize songwriting. That was when I met people like Coublon, J Slake, you know. It was even when I met Coublon that I really commercialized songwriting.
Wow.
You know? But before then it's been just writing for people, do backups and you know, stuff like that. But for me songwriting has actually opened doors for me though.
Are you serious?
I've met people, like when I was in secondary school, I saw people, I dreamt of people I wanted to meet, you know. I saw them as kings and queens, and when I got to Lagos, I'm just shocked that I was able to meet them through songwriting.
But okay, so who inspired the both of you? Like if you can think back, who within the industry inspired you?
Me personally, I have lots of it. I have a lot of people though. Like then I listen to Plantation Boys, Two Face, Face, Star Plus. I think Two Face most importantly.
Two Face?
Two Face, yeah.
What about you?
I mean, for me, I think what really got me interested in music production as a business was when I listened to Spells, and I mean, I would hear other people's productions, other music, you know, like SARS, Mastercraft, Sheezy, Del B, and you know, I would hear their works, and it shows me how much genius, you know, can be sold. Like it shows that you can be good at this thing, you know. So when I heard someone like Spells, it kind of made me feel like, okay, you can actually make music and still bring class into it, like just do it so well that, you know, people listen to what art is. So at that moment, that was when I picked it up, like, okay, let's give this a try. And yeah, I'm happy to do it, you know.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys have both done a lot. So because inevitably there may be somebody out there that does not know who you are. Yeah. I'm just saying. Can you give us, like, you know, some of the songs and people that you've worked with over the years? So now I'm going to move this thing because I want to give you guys, they call it Kai Kai where I'm from, Ufafop or something like that. So I want to give it to them. So I'm moving in this direction. But I mean, just some of the songs that you've done over the years, like not to name everything. Let me just stop here. Just a few, so that folks are familiar. Because when I say that these are luminaries, they contributed to what we listen to today. I am not joking, guys. They're humble. Okay.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm going to add the crayfish.
Okay.
I'm going to add the stockfish, the spices, and start thickening the soup. So I'll be busy.
No problem. Well, songs that Klem and I have worked on together, well, notable artists like Yemi Alade, Pato Ranking.
Can you give us the songs that you worked on?
For Yemi Alade, I think we did Ferrari together. Klem wrote that song and produced it.
Nice song.
Wrote it with Yemi Alade as well. And we did Oh My Gosh, you know, where she featured.
Oh, I love that song. That's a beautiful
Cross
one.
on it. And
Nakam also.
Nakam, yeah. Nakam is actually a great song. It's one of my favorite productions. Then
the one with them,
Angelique Kidjo.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's Shekere. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I know that one too.
Yes. Klem and I worked on that as well. and supervised by Yemi Alade, of course, because she doesn't just choose the song just because
she's also a songwriter.
She's also a songwriter, yeah, so she likes to influence the process
sound herself
as well. Yes. Yeah, so
do you come across a lot of artists that do like to work that way?
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
That's how you know. I feel like majority of them, when they look at their own personal process, and they see that, okay, maybe they've gotten so busy, but yet they want to still retain the quality of music that they're putting out. You know, they want to also identify with professionals in respective fields, especially songwriting. So that's where Klem actually brought in that edge. You know, likewise my own production, because whenever they work with me, majority of them have that expectation, you know, that I'm going to also write. I'll be like, oh, no, please, I have someone that handles this aspect of the production process, so yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you, Klem? And is it that you tend to work together a lot?
Yeah,
or?
There's something about me and Coublon, though. There's this magic whenever we come together. Whenever we come together. We understand each other. You understand, and it's not you know, all these celebrities, they have their own sound. So you being a creator, you should if you're not careful, you can give what belongs to Mr. A to Mr. B, and all this they know their sounds. You understand? Okay, imagine me writing for a Yanina or a Shei, and I'm giving them a Tiwa sound. So they recognize that, bro, this is not my sound.
Oh.
You understand? So you should be able to study that kind of sounds.
The artist and know
exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Coublon is very good when it comes to that part, you know. Okay, and let's create from this, let's create from here. Like we share ideas together, you know, and we make new sounds for artists. Like it comes with ease. I don't get that with everybody. You understand? Every producer, and that's why I like working with Coublon.
So it's like you guys come together and you make magic.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, I mean, for me, the reason I got really interested in hearing from the both of you is because I find what you do to be exceptional. Because you lay tracks, beats, you layer that with lyrics, and it literally changes people's lives. You understand? There's some songs that you listen to, like it gives specific moments of your life, things that you went through. So it's such an amazing talent, and I think it's so great. So when you guys are deciding who to put as the face of your production, because it's like, it sounds like it's a partnership between you and the artist. What are some of the things that you're looking for when it comes to who, let's say someone that you want to collaborate with on a song, an artist, or you're like, you know what, whoever is interested, I'll work with you, or are they specific types of music that you prefer to work on versus others?
I think the process is more like we just, for instance, maybe comes up with an idea, shares it with me, and I first would have to think of it as, oh, this is a genius idea, like let's create it first. Then in the process of creating it, different options comes to mind. You know, it's like, okay, will this work for maybe Pato Ranking or Yemi or Etiwa or whoever? So whoever then fits, because we have to create from a place where we're looking at some type of continuity for whoever is doing something like that already, but hasn't, like this sound we're currently making can take things to the next level from whatever they're already doing.
Oh, okay, got it.
You understand? So we then look for who that sound will fit for as a next level, you know.
Wow.
So then it's either we reach out to the person, or whenever they get to reach out to us, we would surprise them with like something that is already done, and then they just look at it. It's just like going to the store and picking up a shoe that just fits you. You like it, it fits you, So
the right size,
the right size,
fit for purpose for that particular person, and it's like always looking at the future, like, okay, what sound is this person? Oh, very interesting, very interesting. No, I think that's, at least for those of us that have no idea what music, you know, what the process of music is about, that's really, really enlightening. Because I used to think, okay, you put the beats together, or somebody just reaches out to you, hey, you know, give me some beats. I didn't really think of it from the standpoint of you guys collaborate, get a song together, and then you think of, okay, who would this song best fit?
Exactly.
Versus the reverse around.
I mean, we can. And
at times, most of these guys, like, they know they sound one way, you understand? So they need something different. You understand? Like, there's a way we can still make them sound themselves. Like, you can still sound like Didi, but you're sounding different, you're sounding new.
Ah.
You understand? So most of the time, people want to hear something new.
Got it. I know there are people that are expecting to get information.
No, don't worry. I feel they're enjoying the vibe, you know. We're here, we're chill, we're calm. How you guys doing, bro? Oh, okay.
That's the camera.
No, but
I love it.
I think it's the reflection on my glasses.
You know what?
But it's fine now. There you guys are. I apologize.
We're talking about process here. So I know you guys started really talking about the whole process of creating, just like the analogy for cooking. So when it comes to what you do, what's the process for you? For creating, for, you know, those tracks, and for you for writing, because let me be honest with you, I jealous you now, because you see me, I can read book and pass it any exact go pass on. But to tell me to go and create something, like create a beat, I'll ask you. I hear beats, but I ask you, what is that? Like, how do you do that? You know, or even write a song. I mean, I think I would assume comes from poetry, but I don't know. But how do you guys do that? How do you get into that?
Into that, man. Me personally, I read a lot of books. And I listen to music, I listen to sounds, different kind of music. Akbalao, reggae, you know. When I was like, I spent most of my time, my childhood with my dad. And he's also a music lover. So most of that, like there were some songs he was playing when I was growing up. You understand? All those High Life, Osadebe, Olivarico, you know, some, because he loves High Life so much. So, but I, even at that little age, I love the beauty of the guitar and the High Life sound, but I don't know, there's something always attracting to the sound, but I don't know, but it's just too much for me to, you know, imbibe. You understand? Because then the kind of music that I love is all those normal R&B, and then so it has always been in me. But it takes a whole lot of
you see, it's been in you. My dear, can I take some of it?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Can I collect some sauce?
That's what I'm trying to understand, how you're putting all these sauce together. I think the only thing I've been able to learn is how you're taking the soup and the yam and stuff like that. Yeah, I wish I can just, after today, I can go back home and still put all the stuff together and make, you know.
You can, though. It's not too complicated.
I mean, that's how it feels, you know, because you've done it many times.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you failed many times.
That repetition.
So in our own process, it's like you have to fail forward. You know, it's like you have to make the mistakes and learn from them, and then correct, and then keep moving. You know, like you cook today, it's like, oh, maybe the salt, I overreached with the salt. And then next time you try it, you'd remember the process that got you to overreach with the salt. Maybe it's like the water for the meat was already salted, and then you poured it forgetting that there was salt in that water, and then you now add salt again. So without tasting if there was if the salt is enough. So I've made that kind of mistake before, so that's why I remember it in preparing food. So same
You're
such
in the scientist.
no, it's the same way.
You're such a process.
I'm
telling you. I chose this.
You
are very, you're a very intelligent person.
No, please.
No, honestly, he is very intelligent.
I really do. I don't like
very.
to blow the trumpet.
I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, I hang around intelligent people, so I know intelligent people when I see one. And my brother, you are very intelligent.
Oh God.
Chai. Okay,
yes.
So you were telling me about your process. So
yes,
you were telling me about your process.
It's not that easy. Like there were times that you just blank out, like nothing is coming. You know, like nothing is coming at all.
When you say blank out, like what would cause
no
that?
ideas, nothing. It's
so you have writer's block.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that? Like some sort of creative block? How do you?
Yeah,
as part of your process, what do you do?
I leave it like what I do those days is some clients actually reach out to me and they actually want the songs to be ready, you know, in so time. So what I do, I can leave it for some time and come back to the same. Like I can drive out, just leave, you know, stop anything that has to do with music. Don't listen to music, you know, talk to one or two people that, you know, actually gives me vibes and for some hours, then get back to the project. The truth is, for every time you get back to a project, you have new things to add to it.
Yeah.
What how little
that one I know. Yeah.
You understand?
That's
so at times just drive out and I come back to it. If it's very, very urgent, I must make sure I spend the whole of the day on that same project and I must come out with something. But if it's not an urgent project, I can leave it for like some days. You understand? Because it can be very frustrating.
I can imagine
very
trying to think
like
of something that's not coming through.
What is the next in line to actually complete what you're writing, and it's not coming. You know, and you can spend hours and that line is not coming, the melody is not right, and the people you're actually making these sounds for are professionals. So you want to make it already, you want to make it
like a microwave.
Exactly, you want to present it to them like when they listen to it, and they know good sound already.
Wow.
You know? So it's not that easy, but you know, at times it's easy at the same time because it's what we love doing, you know, it's our passion. Yeah.
Okay, so when you talk about creating these sounds for people, and you obviously have been in the industry for a very long time, so you know quite a few people, you've networked. So how important is that in what you do? I mean, I know networking is important for every industry, but from your perspective, what does that look like for the type of work you do?
Networking, in fact, that's what we sail on, you know, as the time go by, you know, it's like I met Klem through a network, you know, it's like I can remember the first person that started the whole thing from day one to this moment, you know, I can see the structure of the network basically. So networking is very important because then you're able to meet people and share ideas and sort of see the same world that you're working in from their own eyes, and then you're able to learn something like, oh wow, I never used to see it like that. And they also can share their experience with you, and you can also like see that. I mean, it's something that I never looked down on, you know.
Wow.
The thing is, some people are there before you and they know
a lot more
things. So when you network, it's not everyone that actually knows how to share. Some people keep all information, you know, but some people that knows how to share and wants to share, you get to learn a lot from them, and you apply it to whatever you're doing, you know, to get, you know, higher results.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my other question, because now we're going to go into more the financial part, which is copyright and licensing.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I know that this is important to just about every industry that's in the creative space when it comes to licensing and copyright.
Yeah.
How do you, working as an artist, kind of take us through that, you know, journey, your experience? How do you protect your intellectual property? Like, how do you ensure, because I was watching recently a show and they were talking about, you know, really famous artists that they're collaborating with folks, or let's say someone that brings a project, they're not actually getting that recognition. You know, they're not getting recognized as maybe the producer or A&R or the writer. So how do you ensure that your work, number one, is protected from an intellectual property standpoint, and then even from, you know, getting some sort of compensation from that project? How do you do that?
When I just Jojo.
Just Jojo.
The truth is our story can never be complete without her. Like seriously, like you know, because the thing is, you know, like there were some things we don't even know at all. I was working one day and Coublon was like, okay, I think Coublon, you traveled then or you were in
I was in America then, 2016.
So he sent me one contract like that. I was like, Klem, we have to protect our work. I'm like, okay, me, I don't even know all this stuff. My mom be saying, because that time I don't got in the streets. It doesn't mean money. I write some collect money, I don't be sad. I'll be sad. Even when I was working with them, Davido, I don't even know about all those I wrote like parts of IE now. Like these guys are my guys, you know. So I don't even know all those copyright stuff. Oh wow. Mom will say, oh no, see, just give me money, my go chop, my do right, my pay bills.
So it was more of a cash and go process.
My mom was just giving my money, you know. Then he writes, back down, I don't go. So when I met Coublon was, I think it was in the US or something. I was in the contract. I was like, oh, I met someone that would help us, you know, protect this. For me, it was like play. I never knew it was a serious thing until money started coming out. I was like, oh my guy, God will bless you for that contract. What you say? Oh man, God bless Jojo, man. That she opened her eyes to all the stuff.
Oh wow.
And since then, man, we took it serious, and it has been from one level to another, you know.
So the process is pretty straightforward when it comes to protecting your intellectual property.
And
getting it monitored. Okay.
No, I feel like it's actually the advantage of networking. So one thing births the other, you know. So I wouldn't have met someone like Jojo if it wasn't networking. So, and she made it quite easy to, as well on our part, because we already had something. You know, you can't network with zero materials. Like if you don't have anything already, it will be difficult to relate with someone who can share their own ideas with you. So I feel like what gave us that edge was that Klem was good at, you know, whatever he does. Our collaboration is amazing. So meeting George is just kind of like
just added the icing.
Just made it feel like, okay, now we can both do this thing for a long time. You know, like
exactly.
There can be that longevity with whatever we're doing.
And the truth is, most of these celebrities, they know these things already, but they won't tell you. Like you know, I told you first that I just take my money and that is all. You know, so they like people they can prey on. You understand? People they can just pay you and that is all. You know, like I never want to mention names. There are some people in this industry that they will pay you and they will go to wherever you're supposed to collect your share, royalties, your share. They will now put themselves as producers of the song, as the songwriters of the song. Why they're not the one?
Isn't that illegal?
Very. I mean, that's why people have to educate themselves, though, because honestly, one has to really study, make the research in whatever field. Like one thing I had known about, I think it was Del B who told me about royalties for the first time ever, and then I was still early in the business. I barely had like maybe 1 or 2 hits, but that idea just made me, you know, that got me digging deep about it, the whole thing. I I knew that people got paid, you know, from royalties and all, but you want to be able to work with the right company, because most people or most companies might offer you some type of advance, and it might look like a big amount of money. You know, you think, oh wow, my life is about to change with this advance, but then if you really look deep into it, you'd see that you're actually signing up into something that cages you for a long time. So for me, I would not jump into this kind of deals easily like that, because I would have to read through the paperwork. Or I think it was moments after that when I met Jojo. That was when it just sort of got clearer, because then she would let me know that, oh no, stuff like this is how it usually ends up. You know?
Okay.
So it kind of made me more careful rather than just jumping on something that is exciting, because the face value of it can be so attractive. You can feel like, oh wow, £100,000, I'm about to hop on it. But years down the line, it's gonna
all come crumbling down. Wow.
So it's slow and steady.
It's such a huge. So the industry. One of the things I come to know about the music industry is that the stories of the artists. You know, that unfortunately signed bad deals. Or were naive and didn't really know what they were getting themselves into. Read contracts. Like, it's people don't read contracts.
It's true.
You know, or get a lawyer.
Get a professional,
a good
professional lawyer.
Entertainment lawyers are different from just. I don't know what the other type of lawyers are out there, because there's some lawyers that protect intellectual property that has to do with software. Some have to do with like real estate management and stuff like that. So the lawyers that actually work as entertainment lawyers, so those are the ones that would actually go through the paperwork. And first you have to make the research on the personality of the lawyer themselves, because you want to be able to have a good relationship with them. You know, they have to be your #1 fan. It's like they have to like you, your art, you know, aside the business. And then from there, you guys can now be partners, because they would want to always protect your interests. They wouldn't want to always put their pockets
you want
first.
someone like that.
So that is an edge. To just cap it all is like, I'm grateful to God first for the type of people that we attract, you know, especially for someone like Klem. To have met him was like...
She's looking at me.
I mean,
no, honestly.
She's trying to know what is so special about me. Why you talk about me?
Klem, you're very special.
But it's true, no. But you know, the thing is...
Oh, God.
One thing that I learned through the journey is you can't do everything on your own.
That's true.
And
that's true.
There was a time when I was working with a particular songwriter before I met Klem. In fact, the thought of working with a songwriter came to mind when I worked with an artist that was messing up my beats. And yeah, he had paid good money, but I wasn't here. I didn't decide to work with him because of the money alone. I wanted the work.
Add this. My final soup is almost done. No, go ahead. Continue.
I wanted the work or the project to go out there and fetch me more clients. You know, it's like when people hear it, they're gonna be like, "Wow, whoever produced this, I want to work with the person." And that's how we've grown over the years. So the idea of working with a songwriter came when, you know, when I worked with Klem, and then I was like, oh wow, Klem can actually like work with anybody, even if they are whack, even if they are not good at whatever they do. He can just look at them and be like, I have something for you. And then you just go into his Zen mode, bring out something. Klem can write for anybody. Klem can write for you.
Excuse me, please. We're going to turn RelaxChopEnjoy into an artist, because you know I have always had a dream to sing.
Wow, that's good.
And he just has given me the person that can make this dream come true. Yo.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Don't be surprised if he drops a song.
I'm not gonna sing right now because I need you guys to stay focused. But he's gonna write the the song he's gonna produce, I'm gonna sound angelic. I know it.
That would be amazing.
Like, you know how to sing all those bedroom kind of singing.
Sing it.
See.
Hey, you want where everybody run out of this place?
Don't worry. There's auto-tune.
You know those people.
There's technology now.
You know those people, and I have come across people like this, and I'm like, is that how I sound? Where it's as if there is no tune in their head. Like really, you're like all over the place, up, down, around the
But when you talk, your voice sounds well. You
If you can talk, you can sing.
Yeah.
Forget that one.
No, but it's true. Don't be that kind of Mariah Carey kind of singing. Look that kind.
Trust me.
Singing girl level.
But they sing worship songs now.
If I were to start singing now, you see, this is space. That glass go up. You can rearrange.
I will forget say I wear glasses.
Like, okay.
Oh, good.
We'll take that back. But no, I mean, I think it's beautiful to hear that you're able to get the best out of people. And it sounds like, you know, you two work as a team to get that done.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a good time for us to pause because the soup is almost ready. So let's take a pause. We'll come back. I just have a few more questions for you. Sure. And then, Brother Klem, I'm going to rely on you on this one because this one is a scientific process type person.
How?
So you see this food that I've cooked. You will dissect it to the molecular particles. So
Let's go now. Let's do it.
welcome back to Relax, Chop, Enjoy. Now that our food is all ready, we have our white soup ready. We have our pounded yam ready. And we're about to wrap things up. But before we do, we've been getting a lot of nuggets from Coublon and Klem. And one of the things that's really important in this day and age when it comes to, you know, promoting your business or yourself as a brand is social media. We're in the digital age. So what advice would you give to viewers about, you know, making sure that your brand is well represented in social media? Are there like little nuggets and tips and tricks that you could give them?
Yeah, I mean, some ideas I have to share where you have to be authentic, like just be yourself, you know, just everyone else is doing their own thing, but the best version of whatever you're going to bring out is what you can be of yourself. So that's really what it is. Because if you're doing what another person is doing, then it won't be possible to go far. You know? Because what people connect with on social media is your story. You know, there's a way it feels to them. You know, it's like you're conveying some level of emotion. So if there's a storyline behind your art, it's more believable. It's more like, oh yeah, I relate with what this guy is doing. I relate with their music. It's a timeline.
You know what? Nobody can be you.
That's what it is.
It's true.
Nobody can be you.
Nobody can be you. It's true. Really
Anything else to add, Klem?
Social media, I think is a platform. You know, like you don't know, like I wasn't a social media kind of person before. You know, it was Coublon. I was like, bro, man, because I'm more of an introvert kind of person. You know, I like keeping to myself. So I was like, bro, man, you guys they post stuff for this thing, you know. So I think you should sell your markets out there. You understand? Sell your markets. Even if you don't post your lifestyle, but make sure your business is out there because people are watching, people are listening. But the first song we released that Holla Me.
Yeah.
We didn't really put in that much work, you know. We just dropped the song, and someone from Ghana, Stone Boy. And I didn't even have that much followers, you know. But the guy heard the song and, bro, this is a song I want to jump on.
Wow.
And these are the guys that you can actually pay a huge amount of money to get them on your song. But the guy just got the song and recorded and jumped on the song. So people are watching, you know. So don't stay too far from. Make sure you post things that has to do with your business. You know, it's a selling point. Yeah.
Now that is advice that I am going to take to the bank, because you know what? I am a social media recluse, and I have to change that, you know, because you've made some really good points about people connecting with you, about understanding that this is a way of furthering your business, giving people that opportunity to see what you do. So I love it. And this is what I do. So, Professor Coublon,
Yes, I'm going to post it.
and Dr. Klem, please.
I'm going to see more of this.
Can you risk it? Yes, taste the food. Let me see what you think. You know.
See, Diddy is you, don't worry. I know. Last night they meet our first chop first.
Now the meat you want.
I don't reach out.
Imagine.
You just reminded me.
Imagine.
No chop the meat now, yeah.
Now the fish I go start.
Now chicken, oh. Chicken and fish.
Wow.
If you know.
Felt.
Professor Coublon.
It's nice.
Eh.
You go well. You go well. You walk, die. Wow.
Oh, sorry. And that, guys,
So
is
delicious.
the sound of a successful transaction.
Wow. Yo guys.
Hello.
I'm speechless. It's in fact.
That's how you make me feel.
It broke into a song. It broke into the white soup broke into a song.
The white.
This is serious.
Oh man, but I love it, man.
Nice.
Chop no.
Nice.
It's too much.
Hey, thank God. So, if you don't mind, Coublon, if you can tell our viewers how to access our content, please.
Yo guys, I mean, as you can see, this food tastes good, and the best you can do is to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Relax, Chop, Enjoy. I say it again. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Relax, Chop, Enjoy, and follow on social media as well. Same account everywhere. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And it's important for folks to also get to know both of your genius creative minds. So please access both Coublon and Klem's social media accounts. For Coublon, it is so simple. Coublon at Coublon.
COUBLON.
Instagram.
Yes.
And for Klem, it is
only one Klem. At only one Klem.
Is only one.
Yeah.
At Instagram. For Instagram.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Instagram, Facebook. Oh, only one Klem. Instagram, Facebook, and for Coublon, you can get to his Facebook from his Instagram page. So I do want to thank everyone for joining us today. Until next time, remember to relax, chop, and enjoy. Enjoy.
Come and join me, guys.
Come and chop. It's not easy. I worked though. I slaved for this food, so.
Man, I love this show.
Oh my God.
Passionately.
Best show.